to give a little bit of history lesson and update with where we're at with herbicide resistance, and particularly glyphosate resistance in the state, is when I started working in this state in 2011, we had 0 glyphosate resistant weeds. So when I'm done giving this update, I'm scared about the connections you might draw from this update. But when I started here in 2011, we had 0 glyphosate resistant weeds. Since that time, through collaborative work, Dr. Dave Stoltenberg and a lot of the work he did in his program, we've announced glyphosate resistant giant ragweed. As a sidebar, his program's also announced ALS inhibitor resistant giant ragweed. So giant ragweed has become an increasing problem on many more acres over the last few years. Very problematic. Okay. Last year, we also announced glyphosate resistant horseweed or mare's tail in 1 county. We're up to about 3 counties with that resistant weed, and again, another very problematic weed. Over the winter months, we announced at least 1 population of Palmer amaranth in Dane County, and we're currently increasing and screening that population for resistance in the greenhouse right now, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that population in a minute. So we're trying to characterize the resistance in that population. We did, however, take tissue samples from that 1 population, send them down to Dr. Pat Tranel at the University of Illinois, and utilize a PCR technique. And Dr. Tranel confirmed that there was greater than 20-fold amplification of the EPSPS gene. Now, if that sounded like a bunch of alphabet soup, I'll just simply say that there has been a number of research papers that have shown that that level of amplification of the EPSPS gene can confer glyphosate resistance. So we're doing the whole plant screening, and that's what we need to do to actually confirm that population was resistant. But we have a high level of concern that population was probably glyphosate resistant. And I'm going to talk a little bit more update on that population in a minute. So we're there. Now, this past summer, or just a few months ago, we also announced a couple populations of water hemp that we're pretty convinced is glyphosate resistant as well. So in the last 3 years, we've got at least 4 populations that we're convinced in the state, or 4 species that we're convinced in the state is resistant to glyphosate. I'm going to give some more updates on water hemp in a minute. And so it's changed quite rapidly, plus the news on the ALS resistant giant ragweed is not good. So now that I've cheered everybody up, I can see everybody smiling, I can talk a little bit more about some of the resources in the book that you have here, and part of this is related to the Take Action campaign. So